What's better than finding a lost aircraft? Finding it 10,000 feet underwater. Darkness, cold, and depth were the only things the U.S. Navy aircraft carrier USS Lexington had around it since it was sunk in the war-torn Pacific waters on May 8th of 1942, until somebody found it. At the best style of the most amazing underwater findings, the billionaire and explorer Paul Allen and his private fleet of the best deep-sea scientists used an also amazing and expensive remote-controlled submarine found the wreckage of the USS Lexington on March 4th, 2018. She's been lying there 10,000 feet underwater, about 500 miles off the eastern coast of Australia, where she sank. The guns from the deck seem like a ghost of the past, waiting for invisible Japanese Zeros, Veil dive bombers, and Kate torpedoes. The wreckage was found by Allen and his crew using the personal submersible, the RV Petrel, on a lovely Sunday morning while you were probably having your breakfast. The discovery was made around 8 a.m. Pacific time. The full-colored pictures of the Lexington were shared from the depths of the ocean to the cameras above, and in 24 hours shared with the world to let them know about the fantastic discovery. One of the most impressive pictures shows a colorful Grumman F-4F Wildcat fighter from U.S. Navy Fighter Squadron 3, VF-3, that was on board the aircraft at the Coral Sea. Another exciting thing is that it carries a Felix the Cat holding a bomb, along with 4 Japanese kill markings on the right side of its fuselage below the canopy. The aircraft sits with its canopy open and its beautiful blue upper wing and fuselage and gray lower surface paint. It's the first time anyone has seen the aircraft since it was sent to the bottom in 1942. The plane is also a fighter. In spite of the corrosive environment where it laid, it keeps incredible conditions, which talks about the level of craftsmanship that this type of aircraft had. Robert Kraft, director of subsea operations for Allen, told the media that the Lexington was top on their priority of findings and that they were extremely excited to finally be able to pin down its location and evaluate all the history this piece has to offer. Based on geography, time of year, and other factors, I worked together with Paul Allen to determine what missions to pursue, Kraft said. We've been planning to locate the Lexington for about 6 months, and it came together nicely. The photos retrieved also show large deck guns on the carrier, along with aircraft like the F-4F Wildcat and others. By the way, the submersible that Allen used for this discovery can go down to nearly 20,000 feet, while transmitting fantastic HD pictures and footage at the same time. Pretty cool, right? This is not the first fantastic finding in the hands of Allen and his crew. They found the USS Indianapolis last year, which was sunk by a Japanese submarine after a mission it had to deliver the first ever atomic bomb in 1945. The terrifying ordeal of the Indianapolis survivors became famous after it was featured in a monologue by the fictional character Quint in the Peter Benchley novel and movie Jaws. In 2015, Allen also found the wreckage of the sister ship Musashi, the identical twin of the Yamato battleship. These two mega-giant twins were the most significant warships ever created. Both were sunk in World War II. Apart from the images and the discovery, as we could expect, the findings of the Lexington is also surrounded by a ton of history information. The USS Lexington was the first full-sized fleet aircraft carrier to be sunk by aircraft launched from an enemy aircraft carrier in World War II. About its death, it seems that the Lexington was brought down by several torpedoes and bombs that were launched by a Japanese aircraft. Her deployment in the region was a critical strategic deterrent to an anticipated Japanese invasion of the Australian mainland that never came. About a year earlier, the smaller Royal Navy HMS Hermes, one of the first purpose-built aircraft carriers, was sunk by Japanese dive bombers. The hit was not taken lightly. The fuel tanks of the aircraft exploded, giving a display of fire and gasoline vapor. The explosion also destroyed the central control system of the plane, but operations remained despite the fires. The discovery of the USS Lexington wreck and the images by Paul Allen's research team provide a unique and invaluable insight into World War II history. This treasure of historical data would have likely remained lost forever if it weren't for the wealthy investors' remarkable drive for discovery and commitment to research.